Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And as you know, recently I did a quick unboxing short video on my YouTube channel of the Viltrox 28mm f4.5 Z pancake lens. Today I'm here in San Francisco and I want to put it through its paces. And in this video, I want to share with you my honest opinion about the performance and the image quality. Now, so far I'm really have been enjoying this. I took this out earlier in Oakland, but today I want to give it really a few hours of honest shooting. So today, as I share my opinions, feel free to enjoy the photos that I share along my walk. One of the most obvious benefits of this lens is how small it is. You know, this is sitting on my Z6 Mark III right now, and it looks really, really nice, as you can tell right here. And even though it's a fixed aperture with a fixed focal length, I've been having a whole lot of fun. And I think because of the limitations, it's forcing me to actually have to slow down, compose my shot, think of my shot, then take the shot. And I noticed with this lens, I'm taking less photos, but I'm enjoying the ones that I have been taking. I've been really having a great time using this lens, not having to worry about changing my aperture or focal length. Has actually been pretty relaxing and allowing me to really enjoy photography for photography's sake and just looking for creative photos. So, you know, immediately I'm going to be putting this lens in my travel photography, street photography kind of a lens. It's small, as you know, pancake size, and it fits in any bag. Hell, it fits in your pocket, right? And I think at $99, you simply cannot beat this lens. Hey everybody, I am out here on the street, as you know, reviewing the Viltrox 28mm, and look who I bumped into. B. Malik. Yes, go check out this brother here. He's super talented with the studio photography game right here in the Bay Area. And man, why don't you tell the people what you have here with us today?
Today I'm shooting with my Leica Q2. It's a amazing camera. It's a take everywhere camera. I take it everywhere. It is a 24 megapixel camera, 28mm Similux lens 1.7, and this thing is super sharp and crisp. It's just a camera you can travel with street.
What do you think about that lens?
Man, this is super petite, man. I love this. I'm gonna have to check this out.
A lens like that, where would it fit you? Like, what would you do with a lens like that? What kind of photos?
I would be doing street photography all day long. I would just walk up and down the streets and capture some dope images with that.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a fixed aperture,
full frame,
full frame.
Yep.
4.5, perfect for street, landscape. I love it for travel.
This is,
you know what
great.
I mean?
Man, look at that.
On the Z6 Mark III.
Wow.
Not bad. Yeah.
I have a Nikon ZF, and I would love this on my ZF.
100%.
I would love
and look,
this on my
it's
ZF.
actually a metal. It's actually metal.
Wow,
It's actually metal for $100.
Do you mind if I pull it off?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wow. Look at that, man. That is cool.
Now I'm back home and I want to show you the favorite photos that I took using the Viltrox 28mm lens. I've already edited these, but at least I want to show you the detailed contrast and what I was able to get walking around using this lens. Okay, so what I have right here are the okay, so here are the photos I took. I took a lot of them, but these are the favorite ones that I thought really stuck out to me. Again, I think this lens is great for street photography, travel photography. It's so small that you wouldn't even notice adding this lens into your camera bag when you do go and travel or vacation or something. So in black and white, I was using deep tone monochrome, which is a preset into your modern Nikon mirrorless cameras, and I really like it. It was really fun to use this lens walking around in black and white. It gave a very, kind of a film photography kind of a vibe, and the aesthetic, and also having to actually move to adjust the focus, right? Not just the focus, to move to work around the prime lens of a 28, and also that it is a fixed aperture at 4.5. It made it a lot of fun. So here we go here. What I was really impressed with off the bat was the detail I was getting from this. So you can see right here, it's a lot of detail getting from this lens. The lines look real sharp. And then here it is. I mean, that's a lot of detail. A lot of nice detail on this. Here's another one. Nice detail there. So this is me walking around Lake Merritt in Oakland, California. A little sneaky shot I got, which I thought was nice. There it is there. And not having to worry about the focal length and the aperture was really nice, because I really was just concentrating on finding the right composition to take a lot of these photos. So I really like that. Look at his detail. That's crazy. For $100, this lens is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. Still walking around. There you go. And as I said, I adjusted some of this. You do get some vignetting, but I actually like the character of that vignette. I was able to use it a bit. I was able to remove it a bit using this right here, in the lens correction. But obviously, to each his own. I like having some of the vignette. It kind of gave me like I was shooting with a manual classic, like an old school kind of a lens, a film camera lens, and it gave me a cool journalistic kind of a vibe. But and that it wasn't as perfect as some of the other lenses that I have, with little to zero vignetting. I really like the way this is coming out. Okay, so here we are, still around the lake. And then I liked how it handled all the contrast in the clouds here, but also here, this is a Catholic cathedral building. Really nice. You can see some of the vignette right here. Oh, I don't like that. Let me crop in just the hair. There we go. Boom. Really like that. I mean, this one I liked in black and white too. So, teacher's own. Either one I think would be pretty dope. I like all the lines going on here. It was kind of funky, but nonetheless, I like how it's green on one side, kind of blue and tan on the other, with this line separating it in a sense. That Catholic building again. But look at that detail. It's crazy for a little old $100 lens, what you get out of it. Now I'm in San Francisco. They have this monument going on. I have no clue the story behind it, but it's there. And guess what? Everyone's taking pictures of it. So there you go. And then there's the San Francisco Ferry Building. You can see the vignette right up top here coming into play. But I actually liked it there. I really do. I think if the sky, being that it's so clear, was just one color, it would be kind of flat. So the vignette helped in this case Here we go again. But look at this detail, though. Look at that. That's great. Love it. Here we go. Boom. Nice and crispy. Nice and crispy. Here we go. A little sneaky photo of these folks hanging out. I like that. Another sneaky photo here. I just like the perspective of the light post with him there. It really helps you to understand, what is it, like scale, right? Scale, I believe, is another compositional rule. And you can really see how tall that is with him sitting there, or vice versa, how small he is. But there he goes, enjoying his photo with his cell phone. This one is classic leading lines, framing. And it's framing too. These lines just frame him up really well. These two gates. And there they are. Look at that. And that's pretty far away. Yeah, that looks nice. Here we are again. I love the what's cool about the editing and where was this focus on? Oh, it was focused over here, I think. But what I like about editing in Lightroom is that when you use the masking tool and you put it on landscape, it's not just looking for trees and backgrounds or hills and mountains. It actually looks for buildings too, or as it calls it, architecture. And that's what I did right here. And it did a pretty good job at finding the buildings. Look at that. So you can go ahead and adjust it. So if you're looking to do some street stuff or cityscape stuff like I'm doing, use that landscape mask, AI masking tool, and it looks for the buildings. They call it architecture, is what you're looking for. Anywho, go here again. Nice, getting that detail. So yeah, I had a great time using this lens, just walking around, looking for photos, searching for photo opportunities, versus having to change focal length, which one is the right one. There is no right one because there's only one, the 28mm, and just having my music playing in my headphones, and I was just on a nice walk. I ended up walking while in San Francisco, up and down in Embarcadero. I did like 4.5 miles worth of walking. So I was getting my steps in, and I was getting some cool photos. Now these aren't going to be like featured on my website or anything, but these are just fun photos. I'll probably put a few up on my Hella Cool Locales travel Instagram page. So if you want to check that out, feel free. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. You make the masking tool, you put it on landscape, and look what it gets here. And then I just add a little bit of warmth to it. That's all I did. I added a little bit of warmth to it, and I thought it did a great job, just to add a little bit of warmth to these sides, so it punches through as the ground, the street, the trees, and the sky is a bit cooler. Adds a little bit of depth when I made the buildings a little bit warmer. That was my approach. Go here. I really like a lot of these. And I was looking for people just to include in the photos, as you can tell, just to, come up with a story, if you will. I like that. I wanted to make sure she was there. I think she was noticing I was trying to take a picture of this. She kept moving. She started from way over here. But I wanted to, again, have some sort of scale going on so you could kind of see how big this art piece is in compared to like a normal human being. Here we go. Now I'm walking around the pier some more, walking down the street. Here we go. Maybe I should smash these bags a little bit more. Here we go. But I really like the simplicity. You can see here, framing, leading lines, all that good stuff. And this I caught because by accident, I just happened to look up, and I like that the number one, the sun was hitting right over a building, and you could see the building right here, the edge of it. So the top of it, before it went completely sunset, it just hit the number one just right. So that's where that came from. So I thought that was interesting. Here we are. I think there's Pier 7, which is an iconic pier in San Francisco. If you go, you're probably going to go here at least once. And there it is from the side. Very cool. I love the detail here. Look at that. So it's really nice. Here we go again. I just love the emptiness of all this. And then you have the person there. Again, scale being a composition. Boom, boom, boom. That's why I always say composition is king. You got a $100 lens and get a $1,000 result. Composition is king, baby. I waited for this shot. And I made it look like I was shooting above him. Like I was shooting at this bell here. That's what he probably thought. And then as soon as he turned his head, I was like, I just plop and clicked. So I waited about like 5 minutes to get that shot. This really shows the sharpness. Look at the detail of this lens. It's crazy. Super nice. Super nice. Here we go here. Just to show you guys. Now I bumped into another photographer, and we just started walking around the financial district of San Francisco. Here we are here. Here's that one person. I just love how empty this whole place looks. There's actually people like camera left right out of frame, but I love waiting for this opportunity. That's the one thing with street photography. I'm no street photographer per se at all, but I know it requires patience and timing and just waiting, quite honestly. Like I really wanted him framed more like in between here. That was my goal, in between these two buildings. But I also had to go, so it is what it is. Here again, the sunlight was hitting the Salesforce Tower just right, while the others were more in shadow, and it really made it shine. Like I really like that. That was pretty cool. And that's just due to the sunset. So here we go again. Great lines. A great detail. So that's a handful of photos that I took using the Viltrox 28mm lens. I had such a great time using it. I like that it was very small, compact, as I've said repeatedly throughout this video. It's a really fun lens to use. And honestly, for a full frame autofocus lens for only $99, you simply cannot beat this. And I am actually offering a discount code RobertAid when you use it during checkout, and you get an additional 8% off at Viltrox.com. So that will bring this lens down to about $90. That's right, $90 for this lens. You cannot beat it. There is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't have this in your camera bag. In my opinion, it's a very fun lens to have. So if you want to be able to just, get out, shoot, and just really just enjoy photography, this lens is going to help you with that. If you enjoyed this video and you will want to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and yes, hit that bell icon to get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative.